He won't listen. He's disrupting my class. B writes, yes, ready. Use ninja stars against an active shooter and disappear like a fart in the wind. Yeah, ninja stars versus an active shooters. I'll take a weapon in that case every single time. Keena writes, I had that similar experience also at my past place of employment. It's not the youth's fault. It's the parents. Yes. Anybody that's worked in youth development, anybody who's worked with children will tell you that there are no bad kids. There's only bad parents. You show me a kid that's in crisis, and when you go back home, I guarantee you're going to figure it out. I guarantee. You show me a kid that's failing. You show me a kid that's falling asleep. You show me a child that's having some difficulties. And every single time when you go back home, you're going to be able to see it's the parents every single time. Rhonda writes, those college students got bullied out of the Trump rally. That's right. They sure did. Valdosta State. Tracy writes, went back to work in 4 weeks after kid number 2. 60% of my pay was a joke after taxes. That's right. You have to support politicians that support real people. Okay, there's a lot of issues, but some issues are closer to our families than others. And when I read that you had at least 2, politicians from the state of Ohio, the page is up on the link is on my Facebook page right now, that's out there fighting for working families, for working mothers, you have to respect that. And I've seen it firsthand. Okay, I've seen it in my own household. You know, my wife, I think she went back to work after, I think it was 6 weeks. But I'm here to tell you, I was nervous because I knew that her body hadn't fully healed. And I think part of this is just like, you know, you got a lot of men who are setting the standards. And since men don't have children, then the whole process of having a child is sort of demoted in the eyes of our society. But now you've got some who are saying that Ohioans need 12 weeks of paid family or medical leave. And I support it 100%. And you can find a link on my Facebook page right now. I'm going to reach out and try to bring folks to the show so you can hear about that directly. Okay. These are real issues. These are the type of people that we should be supporting. I mean, anybody can talk about Benghazi and talking these big general terms and these big, huge issues that matter, but they don't matter day to day. Here's an issue in the state of Ohio that matters day to day. Okay? We're talking about families and mothers being able to provide for their children. Okay, straight up. I support it 1,000%. Letty writes, I solely support 12 weeks of leave with pay, period. Absolutely. Jerica writes, hence the reason why I support stay-at-home mothers or fathers. Who else to raise your child but you? Would you sacrifice your job to be at home full-time with your child? ? You got to do what you got to do. You know, if you're in a position where, let's say you got, you know, mom and dad, they're living together, they're married or whatever, and, you know, one of them is the breadwinner. And so they decide that somebody's going to stay home because of childcare. I'm here to tell you, childcare, you're talking about $1,000 a month anywhere you go. And in some places, that's low end. And not only are you talking about a stack a month, $1,000 a month, but you got to provide the formula and the milk and the food. So you're talking $1,100 a month, $1,200 a month, depending on where you're taking your child. And then having done it twice myself, it's gut-wrenching, that feeling. When you have to put your child in the hands of a perfect stranger and you're hoping and you're praying to God that this person is a good person and that your child is going to be whole and your child's going to be safe and your child's going to be healthy while you got to go out here back in this world and carve out, you know, something for yourself. I've lived it. Telling you, it's real out there. That's what politics need to address, real issues for real people. I got nothing respect for it. Nothing but respect. Jerica writes, it's all from a place of love. I am just amazed that you watch Fox News, especially because of the vanilla eye candy. What's wrong with vanilla eye candy? I like vanilla icing. I like yellow cake. I love it. I honestly prefer yellow cake with vanilla icing over chocolate cake. We're talking about cake now, not cakes. Cake. It's a difference. She writes, does eye candy overshadow the nonsense that Fox News promotes? ? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm telling you, one of the best cable news shows on television right now is a show called Outnumbered. For why? Number one, it's a group. It's an ensemble. Okay? And I like the back and forth, the different ideas. And then secondly, because of the legs. I'm just serious. Keep it real. Ms. D writes, 12 weeks and reasonable time for incidentals. Attend games, school programs, doctor's appointments. Let's not just talk about work-life balance. Let's actually support it. I agree 1,000%, Ms. D. She's checking in from her iPhone. I agree 1,000%. She's absolutely right. But what it is you got a lot of males in the political system. They've never had a child. They really don't give a damn about women, which is amazing because many of them are married in most cases. And so the issues that women have to deal with are pushed down the totem pole. That's what it is. That's what I see. Pat writes, people who supports Trump has the same mindset. Well, is that true? Here's a clip of a brother who supports Trump, and he's saying something a little bit different. Check this out.
Have the sound, and my team will have to tell me where they spoke with some Trump supporters. Let's play what they said.
David Duke and people like that, they come out from under the rocks all the time around this time this year. It got nothing to do with Donald Trump. We're all Americans. I think we need to stop with all the racist stuff and the race baiting. Like me and my friend right here, we just met today. We was talking. You know, we got to stop with the racist stuff and this, that. We all Americans, man. And nobody paying David Duke no mind.
Listen, I agree with him. We all are all Americans. Race really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You know, when I was younger, I had white friends, black friends, all types of different friends. You know, when you're a kid, you just want to play. You know, I see my daughter now interacting with different children, and I love it. It's so pure. I've seen her on the playground. It doesn't matter who she's playing with. It's when kids get older and society puts all this stuff in their head. They start to get programmed. You know, it's the parents. It's the older folks in their families. You know, it's sitting at home watching television and mom and dad are interacting and talking among themselves about what's happening on the television screen. And I don't know about you, but I'm very careful. My wife and I are very careful when we're watching television together or we're having family television time about how we interact because I don't want to poison her mind. I want her to have an open heart. I just recently had a conversation where I told her I don't care what a color is, black, white, Asian. I don't care what the color is. If they treat you right, they treat you right. And you should treat them right. But I'll be honest with you, sadly, family, I don't think that everybody's teaching their kid that way. I don't. And that's what's really sad. This is really sad. When you're born into this world, you're not thinking about no damn race. You just want to play. You just want to have a friend. When I was younger, one of my dearest friends was a guy by the name of Rick. His name was Rick. And like I told you, I was a Section 8 kid. And I met Rick when I was living out in Green Hills. Matter of fact, we lived on Sarbrook. Sarbrook. It's a little side street. It's not little. It's actually a long street, but it's in the suburbs of Green Hills. Now, we didn't have suburb money, but we were Section 8 kids, right? And they had a program where, you know, they were taking Section 8 families. They was putting them out in suburbs for various reasons, okay? And, you know, my mother jumped on the program, and she had us out there in Sarborough. We had a nice little house. It was like 4 bedrooms, you know, a couple of bathrooms, had a great backyard, had a basketball hoop, had a front yard. We didn't have a lawnmower, which ran into a lot of problems as the grass started to grow. And I think I've told that story before about, you know, cutting the grass with a butter knife, which is true. Don't laugh at my pain. It's true. Okay. But I met this guy named Rick. And Rick had a different background. His mother she was from, I want to say Mexico. And she had a very, very, very thick accent and she spoke fluent Spanish. Okay. Just picture this. His father was German. His father had a very thick German accent. And I would go to their house. It was the most amazing thing. And looking back, it was very, very, I would go to their home. We'd be hanging out and playing. This guy's mixed with German heritage and Hispanic heritage. And literally, I'd be at their house, and they would be speaking 3 languages. They would be speaking English, they speak German, and they would speak Spanish right in front of me. And I didn't know what the hell they was talking about. And they was talking about me. Like, who the hell is this black kid in our house, Ricky? But I didn't care. Ricky was cool with me. I was cool with him. We had the best of fun. The best of fun. And to this day, I wish that we would have stayed in connection. And that's the way I'm raising my daughter, the same way. I don't care about no damn race. So what? Because what I'm here to tell you, and you know it's to be true, there's black folks who ain't got your best interest. You know what I'm saying? The knife that comes in your back more than likely is going to be from somebody that looks just like you. You know it to be true, and I know it to be true. So why would I teach my daughter something I think that ultimately is self-destructive? I ain't going out like that. I'm not going to set her up like that. But again, sadly, folks, I don't think that everybody's doing that with their children. My time is almost short. I really appreciate everybody. I will read all your comments, but I want to play one more clip. This is more for your entertainment. You know me. I don't want to just talk about politics. And, Katt Williams has been going through it lately. He has. He's got ties to Cincinnati as well. And there's a lot of videos now of him just going in on people like Kevin Hart. And now he's going in on Big Tigger. This clip has a little bit of language in it near the very end. So if you're rolling with your family, I'm telling you up front, you might want to turn it down as we get to the end. I think he's going to say the B word or something like that, the MF word or something like that. But we all grown, and I'm on the internet. The FCC don't regulate this. So we can say and do what we want. And I will keep a standard in terms of what comes out of my mouth. But in terms of what we play, well, check this out.
You're a sucker. The reason I don't do cocaine, Big Tigger, is because I had a tumor in my upper jaw and they had to take it out, and they had to block the whole right of my sinus with a piece of metal. So ever since I got out the Marine Corps, I can only breathe out of one nostril, boy. I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%.
I don't know if I believe that.
I'm 44 years old, little Tigger. You look up my rap sheet. I have never had a DUI or a possession of anything, not even the marijuana I do every day. See, when you real, you can tell the truth about anything or anybody. It was the last day of Black History Month. I begged that man not to call me the N-word. He said, this is what you don't understand. I want you to hit me, because I'm sending you to jail. N-word. And I did what a black man should do. I defended myself and my race. And then I laid down and waited for the honorable police so they could deal with criminals, rapists, and robbers like their job is, and not have to rough up an innocent comedian who was attacked by an employee of a store and he had only worked there 5 days. But they'll take the word of any white man. As long as he's bigger and stronger than the black guy, then fine. But if you disrespect my race, you get it. Other black people can't do it. They got jobs. They got people they got to answer to. I answer to no one but God. If you are not Jehovah or Allah, I do not recognize your authority. I am of this world, but I am no part of this world. And now, Big Tigger, if you lie on me again, because I was there with the Lady of Rage, so if you lie on me again, you can't use the name Tigger no more. Because Tigger is a bouncing tiger. And if you want to be a bouncing tiger, you just heard from Bouncer. Now I'm getting on my private jet. And I'm going to court, motherfucker. But when I come back, I'm coming right back to the A. Katt Williams out.
Yeah, Katt Williams is out there. And this guy was an amazing talent. Now, I'll be honest with you, at the height of his comedic fame, and most recently, he took a lot of heat because he called out Kevin Hart, said he basically was a puppet and was doing some homosexual stuff so that he could get ahead in Hollywood. And I just think that's just haterism. Number one, Kevin Hart is becoming oversaturated, okay, which is hard for a black man to do, but he's getting a lot of work. But he's becoming oversaturated. It's like too much. Like Stephen Curry. Enough is enough. Damn it. Okay, I know you got talent. Enough is enough. Can we see somebody else, please? But damn, what's happening with Katt? At the height of his comedic genius, his type of comedy wasn't necessarily